Alright guys, this first exercise for you is a high bar squat. So what you want to do is you want to first set up the bar so that it's at your sternum height. So right in this broad bone at the level, right at that level. Right, feet are hip width apart to begin with, bum is back. So a lot of you will try to pick up the bar with your hips forward, your bum goes back like you're already in the squat position. The lift off is important. You take a big breath in, so it's a big diaphragmatic breath in, right? Your tummy's on and you stand straight up. You wait, then you take one step back. Right. So for the high bar squat, we're squeezing between the shoulder blades and these little muscles that are back here, the trapezius and the deltoid, we want them on and strong and big so that the barbell sits on that and not on your spine. So before we start, whatever width is most comfortable, it's often argued, how wide should your feet go? You guys are going to try around with it. If your feet are slightly wider, normally if you jump up and down like that, your feet will get to a comfortable level. But you can always just try a squat, move them an inch or two closer together, and you will find for yourself a sweet spot. It's normally just outside of hip width, with the toes slightly turned out, but it will change for everyone. So wherever is the most comfortable for you. For a high bar squat position, I suggest at hip width or slightly closer. Again, this will depend on your hip anatomical structures, and you need to find the most comfortable position for yourself. So big breath in. You're going to break at the knees. So you start bending, come back up. So you start bending at the knees first. Big breath in. Chest is up. Puff your chest up towards the roof. Break at the knees. Knees go out over your baby toes. So you can see the knees starting to fall in. We don't want that. Push your knees out. Good. Keep dropping down, keep dropping down, keep dropping down. Pause. Knees are out. Drive up strong. Okay, the key point here is you want hip, knee, and foot alignment. So as you drop down, look where your knee is relative to your baby toe. You want that knee out over the lateral half of your foot. Right? Big breath in again. Tummy on. Drop down. Knees out, out, out. You can think of spreading the floor and ripping the ground apart. Down. And up. Now when you go down, you also want to think about where your weight is in the feet. So you don't want the weight to be in your heels. You don't want it to be in your forefoot. You want it to be grounded. So you can always imagine, if you watch my feet, if you shift forward, your weight's in your toes, that's bad. If you shift backwards and your weight's in your heel, that's bad. If you find the sweet spot where you're the most balanced, that is perfect. That's exactly where you want to feel the weight of your squat, all the way down through the movement and all the way back up. So again, big breath in, tummy on, you drop down, knees go out over toes, feel where your weight is, feel grounded, drive straight up, hard and fast. Good. Always look at your positioning. Make sure that your feet are nice and balanced and those knees out over the toe, the chest stays up. One more rep, big breath in, chest is up, drop on down, knees out, knees out, knees out, feel where your weight is, drive straight up. Cool. And if you see there's a little bit of rounding is fine as long as you have no back pain, right? If you've got any back pain with doing that, not a good idea, right? A little bit of rounding will be fine though for most people as long as you have a healthy spine. That's a high bar squat position.